This video will walk us through how to understand and work with equivalent fractions. Here's an example. The pie below is cut into 12 equal slices, and we are asked to shade 1/4 of this pie. So when we think of fractions, we always think that if it's 12 equal slices, we should be talking about shading in terms of twelfths. And sometimes we do, but sometimes we are asked to work with a different denominator and to work with a different number of slices. And if two fractions are equivalent to one another, it means that I can change the number of sections in a figure. And as long as it's the same figure, we can do that and still have equivalent fractions. So in this case, since I want to shade 1/4 of the pie, we know our denominator is 4, the bottom number is 4, so we need to divide the pie into 4 equal sections instead of 12 equal sections. So the circle, the size of the circle is the same, but now instead of 12 pieces, we're going to cut it into 4. And so 12 slices, we know, can be made into 4 equal parts of 3 slices each. I just took 12 divided by 4 and I get 3. So I knew that each of the 4 parts had to have 3 slices because 4 times 3 gives us 12, so we know we get back to the original. And so now that we see in red here the 4 new slices, we are going to go back to our original problem where it says what we shade, and we are asked to shade 1/4 of this pie. So all I want to do is shade one of those 4 sections as shown here. It doesn't matter which one you shade, but you're only going to shade one of the 4. And if you click on more right here, they're going to explain that that means that the fractions 1/4, which we just shaded, and 3/12, which you can still see are, that one section is broken up into 3 slices. That means that 1 out of 4 is the same as 3 out of 12. So I hope that this helps a little bit. I'm going to do a practice problem now and show you how we actually would shade using ALEKS. So this strip below is cut into 10 equal bars. We want to shade 2/5 of this strip. So again, we start out in terms of tenths, but now we want to rewrite the problem or rework the problem in terms of fifths. So that means I need to take this figure, and instead of looking at it as 10 pieces, 10 equal pieces, I only want 5 equal pieces. And so what we're going to want to do is think of it in terms of, okay, 10, and I had 10 equal pieces, now I only want 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. That means that each area of 2 bars is actually going to be 1/5 of the strip. And so if I want, so this is 1/5, okay, because 10 divided by 5 is 2. So every 2 bars is going to be 1/5. And this would be another 1/5. So now I do have 2/5 right here. This would be 3/5, 2 more, 4/5, and 5/5, which would be the whole entire thing. Now I'm going to erase all of these extra ones because I only want 2/5. And so this is shading 2/5 of the strip. We can click check, and we are correct. If you get stuck, so if I click next and it gives me another equivalent fraction problem to work, I have videos over here that really do a good job of explaining equivalent fractions and how to determine if 2 fractions are equivalent. And there's the ebook you can click on, and if you click on section 2.3, you're going to see a section on equivalent fractions. And the main thing to understand about equivalent fractions is something like 3/6. If I were to write this same, pie, the same circle, in terms of fourths or in terms of halves, the amount of, the area of the circle is the exact same size, right? So all it is breaking it up into different sections, different equal pieces. So if you think of this as a pizza, you could have a pizza with 6 slices, and if you ate 3 of the 6 slices, that would be the exact same amount of food in your stomach as if the pizza came to you in 4 slices and you ate 2 out of the 4. Notice that the shaded area of the circle really is the same whether you talk about 3/6 or 2/4. And in the same fashion, if you had a pizza that came with just one cut down the middle and it was cut into 2 halves and you ate one of those halves, again, you have the exact same amount of pizza in your stomach. So equivalent fractions just means that you're representing the same portion of a whole. The sections or how you've broken it up is just different. So I hope that this video helped.